Hey, I am obviously not at home on a long run in the woods. I am here in Daytona Beach for the Daytona Beach 100. And I wanted to pop on here and share what I'm dealing with, how I'm going into this race, because I think it can help you. And because like people assume that I've done 144 milers, that it must all be easy, and it's not. So here's what's going on. I'm dealing with an injury. I've been dealing with it at least all fall, really probably months longer than that. After all the other symptoms have subsided, it turns out to be a bad hip flexor injury. So my approach this fall was to do enough mileage to finish the race, to gamble on that's enough mileage to finish the race, but not too much to irritate this hip flexor and give me a setback, cause a setback. And that's a really fine line to ride, and sometimes I've ridden it well and sometimes I haven't. And at Fall Creek several weeks ago, I went into that race partly as a test to see how I was going to be for this race for Daytona. And it clearly showed me that I needed to do something different. What I was doing, that approach was not working for this particular injury. Sometimes it does work, a lot of times it's worked, but it's not working. In this case, I need to do something different rather than expect different results out of the same approach. So what I did was I did some research and brainstorming. I wrote down everything I can control about this injury, and I started doing it. I started doing everything I can control, and I'm really excited to see how the changes are going to work out tomorrow. So that's one thing. I changed the approach I was using was not working, and instead of giving up, I changed approaches, okay? Number two, I did not feel, I have been dealing with a lot of doubt about this. It's been a very frustrating injury. I've been dealing with a lot of doubt. I've been coaching myself a lot, getting coaching on it, mindset coaching. And I didn't believe, I kept working at believing I could do this race, and I kept working at it, and I didn't believe I could do it until yesterday afternoon. And I really oh, okay, I got it. So if you're having doubts, you can, and you don't, your first try at getting rid of a doubt doesn't work, keep trying, right? It doesn't mean that you are helpless against the doubt. It just means you haven't gotten where you need to go mindset-wise, okay? The third thing is that really I went about this, the things I can control, I really went about that from a stance, from an approach of like long-term sustainability. I am all about sustainability. I want to be in this sport forever. You do too. So we want to make this sustainable, not just for one race, but for like all the races. So I really wanted to know how to get this hip better and prevent this from happening again, and correct whatever is causing it, fix the causes. So that's what I did with this, and that's what I do with mindset. That's why I teach the mindset tools I do, because I don't want to just inspire you for 100 and get you through 100, and yay, you got through 100, that is great and that is awesome, and then not be able to do the second one. All right? I want to give you the mindset tools so you can spot the causes of your thinking, of what's going on in your head that's causing a problem, and you can fix that. All right? And so you can fix that sustainably and prevent any kind of mindset difficulties you're having, prevent those from convincing you to drop out of the race, for example. All right, so I'm all about sustainability and preventing problems, getting rid of the root cause of the problems, not just band-aiding over them. Mindset-wise, physical, that's the stance I took on this injury. And one other thing, I think there's a lot I could say about this and share about this, but one other thing I did want to pass on was that I gave myself, I'm going into this race still, I don't know how this is going to work out tomorrow. I am very optimistic about it right now, and I'm also giving myself permission to drop if I need to. And what that looks like is not just like accepting, and people say that a lot of times, that means they're accepting like I could need to drop out of the race, and that feels bad, but I can live with that. That's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm talking about I may need to drop to prevent this from getting bad enough that I have a really bad setback with it that's going to set me back like through January or February. I want to prevent that, and here are the decision criteria, here are the markers I'm going to look for to decide whether to keep going or not. And so I give myself good decision criteria that I feel good about, that feel right for me, not just like wrapping my mind around, well, I might not finish this. Like, when am I not going to finish it? Why am I going to make that decision? So I've really done that for myself, and I feel that's very calming. All right, not to be making that decision in the moment. So mindset tool there for you. So that's a little of how I'm going this. I will say overall, from a mindset perspective, just overall, where I've gotten to about this race is I've got 2 friends that talked me into going in. I really would love to spend the whole race with them. That would be a blast. That might not happen. I'm going to do the best I can for that. But I'm going into this with much the mindset I did for my very first 100, where it's like, I just want to see what I can do. I want to get to one aid station, and then I want to see if I can get to the next one. And if I can get to the next one, I need to go from one aid station to the other. I want to see if I can get to the next one. I want to see if I can get to the next one. It's kind of a fun challenge. It makes it like, oh, I got to this one. Can I get to the next one? So that is, which feels way more fun than I've got to move from this aid station to that one, and that doesn't feel that motivating. It feels more stressful. So mine is like, I got to this one, I want to see if I can get to the next one. It's a fun game. So that's how I'm going into this race. We'll see how it works. Who knows? I'm optimistic right now. Either way it turns out, though, last tip for you, either way it turns out, I win by starting. I either get a finish and learn, or I learn a ton. Either way, I learn. That's how, getting out and trying this stuff, I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose by getting out there and giving it a shot and seeing how it turns out. The only way I have anything to lose is by sitting home and avoiding it because I might not finish, and not learning anything, not getting to go to the beach, not seeing friends, not having these experiences. That's the only way I lose. So I hope all of this has helped you all. That's how I'm going into this race. We'll see how it pans out. I probably won't post videos during the race. That's just too much stuff going on. So look for some videos after the race. And I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. See ya.